All right. Welcome. And I'm trying to make sure that this time my audio and my visual is not lagging and blurring. I don't even wear glasses, by the way. They just make me look like a teacher. So, first, please help me out and tell me if my audio is working. So, like, this is close up and this is far away. Is this microphone working? Yes or no? All right. Yes. Okay. That's wonderful. And can you see like any, I don't know, like, is it like the last time where it's all choppy or does it look pretty smooth? Smooth? Yes? No? No, not it. Yes, not bad. Okay, not bad. That is the most I can hope for. The internet in Bali, my internet is not excellent. Please remind me to slow down if I'm talking too fast because I want to keep my speech very slow. Okay? Is it good? If I talk too fast, you say, Sash, slow down. Okay? All right. Yeah, where's Z? She's not here. We're learning English right now. And I can't I can't read every single comment because I'm going to be talking at the same time. This is something that I want to try. And if it works well, then I want to teach English here maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And if it works out really, maybe I should do it every day. But I'm still experimenting. And so bear with me. I'm going to experiment with the time. So right now is a very good time for me, but I'm going to have to find a good time for everybody. And also, I'm going to have to figure out how to be paid. So I don't think Google AdSense is going to be very high on these videos. So maybe, well, I have a Patreon, so maybe people will donate to my Patreon, or maybe I could use Super Chat. Super Chat is not available on this channel, but it is on Zoila's channel, so I can maybe move the lessons over there, which would allow me to keep doing the lessons for free for people who don't have any money. And then if somebody does have money and they want to donate, then they can kind of cover the expenses. Anyway, not your problem. That's my problem. I will figure that out later. But this is just an experiment. So let's start. Okay. Trafalgar Law says pakai Indo dong. Pakai Indo dong. Pakai bahasa Indonesia maksudnya ya. And listen, up to you. Kalau menurut aku pakai bahasa Indonesia sebentar saja ya. Menurut saya, kalau mau belajar bahasa Inggris, sangat tidak boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia sama sekali. Jadi kalau kamu kursus di luar dan kamu udah bayar gitu, pakai uang yang, wah kamu udah kerja keras, pakai uang kamu untuk bayar kursus dan gurunya pakai bahasa Indonesia, oh, kamu buang duitnya. Tidak bagus, okay? Harusnya the best way to learn English is by English immersion. Jadi itu sebabnya kursus yang bagus dan biasanya kursus yang mahal juga itu selalu pakai bahasa Inggris dan gak ada bahasa Indonesia sama sekali. Dan pas aku belajar bahasa Indonesia, Saya rasa seperti itu. Guru saya kan pakai waktu saya untuk kursus sama dia dan dia pakai bahasa Inggris. Sorry deh, 1, 2 kelas saya sudah nggak mau lagi. Because I need to have an opportunity to practice my Indonesian. And that's why, yeah, no, you have to be like choosing a course that is all English. And biar saja kamu nggak ngerti pas pertama, but that's the most effective way. Itu sebabnya Celeb English is actually not a good way to learn English. Why do I use bahasa? Kenapa saya pakai bahasa Indonesia di Celeb English? Karena you yang mau. But it's not good for you. But I just do what the viewers want karena, you know, the numbers are king there. You know, like I can't survive on YouTube if I just do what I want all the time. I have to give you what you want. But you want the wrong thing. Kamu mau yang salah. Kamu harusnya selalu English immersion kalau kamu mau belajar bahasa Inggris. But I know, yeah. If I'm talking too fast, just let me know. You are better than my EF teachers? Dude, I was an EF teacher. That was my first job in Indonesia at EF. Okay. Do you use English at home or bilingual? I speak to Angga using bahasa Indonesia kalau aku nggak mau Z ngerti, because her Indonesian is pretty bad. So if I don't want her to understand what I'm saying, then I use my favorite secret language, which is Indonesian. All right. You look beautiful now. I was beautiful yesterday. If only you had seen me yesterday. I was so beautiful. Okay. Now, I'm going to read more comments later, but please, English only, please. Fast will be okay. That's Tony Eating. He said that. And I'm telling you, it is the best way to learn. And somebody else commented about grammar. I said, what do you want to learn today? Anything in particular? Because I do have some oh man, your girl has a lot of books. So I got dictionaries. I have like workbooks. In case you ask me something that I don't know, I can look it up, or maybe I can write it down and talk about it in another lesson. But yeah, I got a lot of material here. But I don't like the way that people learn grammar, and I don't even want to invest my time learning how to teach you grammar, because I don't think you should be learning it that way. Z the other day said something to me. She said, Mommy, have you seen my luggage? What the hell? What a weird question for a 2-year-old to ask. But think about it. She said, have you seen my luggage? What's that? Is that present? Have you seen? Is that present perfect tense? Is it? Oh, you'll correct me in the comment section. But my point is that she doesn't learn grammar. In fact, when I was young in school, I didn't learn grammar until like high school. Native speakers don't learn grammar. Native speakers just listen to other people talking, and then they copy what they hear people say. Jadi, kamu lihat tas gua nggak? Gitu. Have you seen my bag? That's how you say it. And so you look at the situation, and then what do people say in that situation? You say the same thing. That's how you learn grammar. That's the best way to learn grammar. I don't care if it was past simple continuous blah 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 tense. And I never think about it. And I don't think you should either. Karena, in my experience, sorry about the Englanesian. In my experience, it makes you talk too slow because you're thinking, was that past tense or hey, what's verb 3? So I would just rock and roll and just talk, and don't worry about grammar. But definitely memorize some phrases that you hear other people saying, and you don't need to know what tense it is, because I don't know. Like I don't have to know. So that's my advice about that. And don't memorize them all at the same time. Sometimes teachers will tell you, oh, memorize verb 1, 2, and 3, right? And you memorize them all at the same time. I find that a little confusing. And I think it's better just to memorize like how to say things in situations. Yeah. Okay, let me read a comment or two. Sasha, besides English and Indonesian, I was wondering if you could speak Arabic as well. If you don't mind, I'd really love to hear you speaking Arabic in this live chat. I did learn Arabic. Darastu Lughatul Arabiya sanatain. And now my Arabic really sucks because I don't use it every day. But yes, I can read Arabic fluently. I used to be able to be okay reading the gundul, Arabic gundul yang gak ada kasra dhamma fathah, but now it's really, really rusty. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's something we say in English. If you don't use it, you lose it. Kalau nggak dipakai, ya hilang deh. What in English US, is that US, is easy, but in the English UK is very, very hard? This is my question. Why is American English easier than British English? I think the answer is there are a lot more films produced in American English, and I think you just watch more American media, and so you're more used to that. Because other than that, I don't think one is easier or harder. They're both just English. The difference between them is very, very minimal. So, all right, I'm gonna scroll down. I want in. English class is fun. Thank you, Wong Jowo, and welcome to the class. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and I like it. So I'm still deciding whether or not I should continue to do these 2 times a week, 3 times a week, maybe even every day. I'll think about it, and I'm learning as I go. Okay. Also, people keep tuning in, so please remind me to slow down if I start talking too fast, because usually I just want to talk really fast. But now, yeah, I'm aware that I want to teach you how to pronounce things. So yeah, I have to be careful. All right. Now I have another tip that I want to share. So the number one way to learn English or to improve your English is to practice speaking with native speakers. And there are several ways to do that. In Bali, just go to the beach and chat up a bule, and that'll work. But if you're not in a place where there are a lot of boulets, I shouldn't call them boulets, but yeah, they're boulets. And and the only option is for you to take an English class. Well, as you know, English lessons with a native speaker can be very expensive, and not everyone can afford that. So, I have an idea for you. Why don't you check out something called couch surfing? I'm going to type it in the comments here right now. Sorry. Do you know you guys are sitting on my laundry? So you're a little bit wobbly. I'm going to write down couch surfing. Couch surfing. I don't know if it's one word or two words, but Google will understand. And when you sign up for couch surfing, basically what this is not sponsored, by the way, not sponsored, but my half brother and half sister used couch surfing when they came to Indonesia. They went to Jogja and they went to Jakarta, and they used couch surfing. And that means that instead of staying at a hotel, they'll look on like online on the couch surfing website, and they'll find somebody to host them. Meaning you, an Indonesian, could just apply to be a host, and you can let tourists stay at your house for free. And you don't have to have a really nice house. It doesn't matter. So you could have them sleep on the sofa. You could have them sleep on a mat on the floor, or maybe you have a really beautiful guest room that they can stay at. And anything goes on couch surfing. You never know what you're going to get, but you're probably going to get somebody who speaks English, and it's a good opportunity to expose yourself to English speakers, and you can have a lot of great conversations with your guest. And it's much cheaper than getting a conversation class with a native speaker. And I think that tip is really valuable. Yes, you do have to let this person into your house. But lots of people are using this now. And even my Cameron and Jesse, when they were here, they were using couch surfing, and they had a great time. Plus, it's really fun to give boulets Indonesian food. You could be like, oh, gado gado. And they're like, oh, enak. And you can teach them how to speak a couple words in Indonesian. If you don't mind me asking, what is the difference between American accent and Canadian accent? It's not that different. Canadians sometimes have little things that they do, and it's probably just the way they say out, and some a at the end of their sentences. It's kind of like kan in Bahasa Indonesia. So like, kamu ngajar di situ kan? Like, oh, you teach there, eh? It's something like that. It's not exactly the same thing, a and kan, but yeah, that's the only thing that Canadians really say different if you're talking about the standard Canadian accent. So every area in Canada will have a slightly different accent, and that's the same as in America. So in or Canada is North America, but like in the United States, every area has their own accent, but there's also a standardized American accent. And that happens when everybody moves to the big city and they all had their own accent from their hometown. But then when you move to the big city, it's like a melting pot, and all the accents kind of, I don't know, that they don't lose their accents, but yeah, they kind of do. And my aunt is from Nova Scotia, and she has quite a thick Nova Scotian accent, or she used to. And then she moved to the big city, which for us is Toronto. It's 4 million people or something. So for you, it's probably just a regular city. But yeah, for us, it's a big city. And she lost her accent. She didn't want to sound like a kampungan, I guess. And she can turn her accent on and off. So she can still speak Nova Scotian, but she can also speak standardized Canadian English, which sounds pretty much exactly the same as American English, standardized American English. Okay. Whew, that took too long to explain. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. Oh, and Canadian also says a lot of sorry from what I heard. And I just apologized to you right then. So I get it. Yes, we do apologize a lot. It's part of our charm. We have a very good reputation worldwide. In fact, I don't think they still do this now. Maybe they do. I don't know. But when I came to Indonesia the first time, or when I went out traveling the world for the first time, people suggested that I put a Canadian flag on my backpack or on my guitar case because, you know, you don't want to be mistaken for an American because Canadians are just regarded as really nice and kind and well liked. It's silly though. I mean, that's very silly, but whatever. Isn't Canadian is American. I think what you wanted to say is, aren't Canadians American? And the answer is they are North American. But I've actually gotten used to just calling it America, even though it's the United States. Yeah. Oh, somebody is watching me live. Diam di Cantor. Oh, he's secretly watching me from the office. Well, it's better than watching PORN at the office because that can get you into trouble if anybody finds out. Slow down. Okay. Slow down. All right. I want to ask. I was requested to do a video about how to pronounce certain words. So if you have a word that you would like me to pronounce for you, then I can do that now if you type it in the chat. Here. Please read beach and beach. I want to know this difference. I know exactly what you are trying to say. Geez. Well, that's my that's my dresser here. Wardrobe or whatever. And you can see here I have a lot of sheets. Sheets. Not shits. Okay. I don't want to swear in these live streams, but you guys swear all the time when you check into the hotel. You know, like, you know, oh, miss, can you change the shit? Like, yeah. So I'm not trying to swear, but shit is a swear word. And sheet, it's longer and there's like a Y, like a ye, yang, sheet, and then shit. Okay. Sheet, shit. And another problem that Indonesians have is basically it's a similar problem. One is beach and the other is bitch. Beach, bitch. And the reason why Indonesians have a big problem with this is because of the way that they're pronouncing the vowel. It's that vowel sound, e, I, e, I. And the bad ones usually have an I sound. It, itch. And this is sheet, but each, e. It's a long E sound, like P. Okay. Wait, hold on. So much word make me confuse here. How to spell? Okay. I'm going to spell not the bad ones, okay? But the long E sound, sheet. I'm going to spell it right now. Sheet. Beach. Jadi vowel soundnya sama tuh. Let's go. Is that showing up? Sheet. Beach. E. E. And notice that sheet is two E's and beach is EA. But they have the same sound. Please, my people, do not pay too much attention to the way words are spelt. All right. I'm going to write down a word if I have a pen somewhere. Here we go. This really bothered me when Z went to an Indonesian daycare, but they also have English there. So they had English classes and stuff like that. And Z came home and we were counting. And she said, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, egged. Capek deh. Why? Because it's spelled, oh, is that backwards? Oh, damn it. Is that showing up backwards? Let me know in the comments below. Can you read? Is that backwards or not? Can you read that perfectly? Ah, somebody's saying no. So is it? Oh, it's good. Okay, good. All right. So they're reading it kind of like egged. Like if somebody says egged to me, I'm thinking egged because we do have this word. We do have this word in English as well. And if you say my house got egged, that means probably teenagers threw eggs at your house. And that means your house got egged. And that's how they would pronounce this word. The problem with English is, of course, we don't spell things correctly. I mean, we spell things correctly, but it really has nothing to do with the sound of the words. And Indonesian is a lovely language where you can pretty much guess how things are spelled. But in English, that's not the case. So we have, here, let me get some goodies here. I think this is going to explain my point. So this is thought. And I know Indonesians have trouble with the TH sound. So kalau belum bisa and you just say thought, that would be wonderful. I'll still understand you. But the correct way to say it is thought. I've talked about that before in Celeb English, and I think it's better you learn it from a video like that rather than this video. This is just kind of like a live class where you can ask me stuff. Oh, be gone, thought. Yes, thought now has a new meaning. The T-H-O-T. That is bahasa gaul. And what is it, that hoe over there or something like that? Anyway. We're talking about this one here, thought, and they sound exactly the same, by the way. And here we have though. So it's not, you'd think it should be thaw, but it's not thaw, it's though. Even the TH sounds different. Though, thought. This is a hard TH and this is a soft TH. So you can't rely on the spelling. And this is tough. Why does it sound like an F now, this GH? I don't know. And that's why it's better to focus on pronunciation. It's probably better to watch videos instead of reading books when you're first learning English. And, you know, about spelling, I mean, we have spell check now. So when you're typing, you know, the proper writing is going to be, or the proper spelling is going to be suggested to you anyway. So if I were you, I would focus on pronunciation personally. And I can't spell very well, by the way. Cannot. I think it's because I grew up in the spell check era. How to pronounce, oh, that's an interesting one. Is it Hermes or Hermes? I don't know. I know stuff like swallow, itu. Sandal swallow, itu tahu. Kalau Hermes tidak tahu. Oh, how about taught? Okay, taught. We're going to come back here. I'll spell this out. I'm still learning how to do this live stream thing. So if I find a better way to communicate with you besides writing in this notebook, I will definitely try it out. That's taught. So this ah is exactly the same as this ah. Thought, taught. But this is A-U-G-H-T, and this is O-U-G-H-T. And they sound exactly the same. Yeah. And it sounds exactly the same as O, like the O in pot. It's just the way we spell stuff. It's ridiculous. So I would pay attention to it. Not when you're beginning anyway. It's only important if you're going to be a writer. But again, guys, we have spell check now. So don't worry about it. Keep smiling or keep smile. Keep. Do you want to vote? Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Okay, a lot of people did know it was keep smiling. All right. How about, ooh, this word here. This is a word we use for, like, I don't even know the bahasa Indonesia, tapi is it like adonan? like adonan roti or something. Yeah, it's dough, which would sound exactly the same as Doe, like John Doe. John Doe, kalau belum tahu, is the name we use to talk about a guy that we can't say the name of or like who hasn't been identified. So like if we found like a dead body in the woods and we don't know whose body it is, well, that would be John Doe. Or if somebody gets caught with a prostitute, and we don't want to expose who it is, then we would also call him John Doe. It's just this standard name that we give to people that we don't want to say the name of. Anyway, that was that was not your question, but anyway, dough and dough sound exactly the same. And look how they're spelled. Boo hiss for English. Oh, Adenian says, I'm late. Well, you can't be late. If you're late, you missed the lesson. Because I think if I decide to do these classes like twice a week or maybe every day, then I'm going to erase them or delete them from YouTube. So if you miss the class, then it's gone. So you have to subscribe and tune in, and I'll find a nice time for us to have the classes. It might be at 3 p.m. It might be another time. But yeah, for this one here, I think maybe I will leave this up online, but I can't have my YouTube video feed filled up with live streams that are, as you know, very messy, because I want to keep my YouTube channel pretty clean. So in the future, if I continue to do these lessons, you have to subscribe and tune in at exactly like 3 p.m. or whatever time I schedule them for. And I will let you know the schedule when I decide on a good schedule. Here's another one. Flower and flower. All right. Flower. So this is flower. I hope you appreciate my artwork. And we also have the word flower in English, which is tepung. And it's spelt like this. And they sound exactly the same. There is absolutely no difference between flower and flower. They're the same. How to add to our vocabulary? Well, I suggest you invest your time learning words that are very common. Don't waste your time learning these difficult words that you might find in maybe the newspaper, because they are rarely used. English is somewhat similar to Bahasa Indonesia, where you're reading the newspaper and it's like, like how many words don't you want? Like there are so many words in the newspaper that you're not going to understand, even though you're Indonesian. And I know this karena, sorry, I'm going to go into Bahasa Indonesia sedikit, but like, aku sering tanya Angga, like, Angga, please, like, what's this mean? And dia bilang, wah, nggak tahu gua, gitu. And I have to look it up online because he doesn't even know that word, because nobody uses that word unless they're writing for the Jakarta Post. Jakarta Post bahasa Inggris. But like for, what is it? Tribune News or something. I don't know. Republik Rakyat. I don't even know the name of Indonesian newspapers. But English is the same way. So learn your vocabulary from books. yang maybe I would buy a book that was made for teenagers if you're intermediate, and if you are beginner or lower intermediate, I would buy books that were written for children, and I would read those. I would not get my vocabulary from the newspaper, unless you are an advanced learner. Then I would not do that, because you don't know how common that word is, and you need to spend your time learning the words that are the most used. I'm confused. Oh, wait. Oh, Bintang Abian, why are you confused? And also, I'm sorry that I confused you. Oh, can't, kebanyakan baca. Oh, sorry. When I get into English mode, kebanyakan. That's what I. Sorry, guys. Can't. Kebanyakan bacanya can't or can't. All right. Here. Can't and can. Now, ini juga. Sorry. I talked about this in one of my celeb English episodes. And this is can't. This is can. And that's how they sound when I'm emphasizing them. So when I just say this word and this word alone, yani not in a sentence, it's can't. Jadi jelas banget gitu te di ujung kan? Can't. Ada udara keluar sedikit. And this one can. Can't, can. Tapi when it's in a sentence, this one here turns to, if I was going to write it in Bahasa Indonesia, it would be kan. It would just be kan. And this one here will never be kunt. All right. That was almost a swear word, by the way. Sorry. So this one, we shorten it when you're saying it in a sentence. So if I say, you can borrow my pen, or you can borrow it. Yeah, like, ya boleh lah, boleh dipinjam atau kamu boleh pinjam. You can borrow it. Can. Okay? That's how we differentiate between the two. So you can borrow it. That's what we say it like. If I say nggak boleh dipinjam, then it's going to sound like this. You can't borrow it. So I'm going to emphasize that word. So can't is emphasized. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Can't is going to be emphasized, and kan is not going to be emphasized. So you can borrow it. You can borrow it. You can borrow it. You can't borrow it. You can't borrow it. And the vowel sound here is going to be clearer. And what are their differences there? Yeah, we're going to emphasize that word. And we're probably going to shake our head a little bit. And that's how we differentiate the two. I hate that my English teacher is the worst, not gonna lie. Then you should get a new English teacher. There are so many English teachers in the world. You can just change your course or change your class. Or maybe you can't. I don't know. You might be in uni. All right. Thought and though. Audi or Audi? Gerald Dixon. The first word you wrote was thought, and the second one was though. But I already covered that earlier. Please tell me the easiest way to pronounce these words. Literally, naturally. Literally, we in American English, we sometimes say D and T like almost the same. And so with the word literally, how do you even spell that? I'm going to have to go up. I told you I can't spell, guys. Literally. I'll just copy your spelling. I hope you're right. Literally and naturally. Naturally. Now, literally, I think that's Bahasa Jaksel, kalau nggak salah. Literally, this T here could be a T sound, or it could be a little bit like a D sound, like literally. Like literally. Actually, I probably would turn that into a D when I'm talking. Literally. I'm going to emphasize this, literally, and then maybe have a smaller emphasis on li. Literally. Yeah. And naturally. This one here must be a T sound, I think. Yeah. I would never say naturally. I would say naturally. Naturally. Or naturally. So it might have a little bit of a CH sound, naturally. Not too much, though. Actually, just keep it a T. It's safer. Naturally. Ant and and. Ant has, oh wait, if you put it into a sentence, then you're going to pronounce things differently. So let me think. There's an ant on the chair. Yeah, the T is definitely going to be in there, and does not have that t sound at the end. So we are not going to, like I said, sometimes the T and the D can be interchangeable, but in this case, like ant and cannot. Cannot. Ant needs that hard T, and an and needs the D. My English professor is weird. You know what? Most people on this planet are, in fact, weird. So confused and confusing, scare or scared or scary. The thing that is, okay. It's not just scared. It's other stuff too. So we've got scared, scary. I'm going to say excited and exciting, and bored and boring. These are probably the most common. So this is how we feel. This is how we feel. So we feel scared. So I would just say, I'm scared. I'm excited. Yay. I'm bored. And this is the quality of the thing that makes us feel this way. So the film is boring. I'm bored. This game is, or game ato apa ya? I need a better example. Yeah, game. Okay. Or this theme park, okay, is exciting. I am excited. This is how I feel. I'm scared. The movie is scary. I'm scared. Or maybe you're scary. Maybe you are scaring me. You're making me feel scared because you're scary and now I'm scared. But this is how we feel about it. These are feelings that we feel. We are the victim of the ED. All right. I think we are. Oh, heat and height. I'll do one more. Heat and height. After this, I'm gonna end the stream because I was actually only going to come on for 30 minutes. 40 minutes, I think, is enough. Heat and height. I think next, now that you guys have, I cut my hair yesterday, is correct. Is correct is not correct, but I cut my hair yesterday is definitely correct. You should have said, I cut my hair yesterday. Is that correct? Anyway, moving on to heat and height. Somebody asked about these two words. So this is what, like, ketinggian. I don't want to do the translating thing, but height. Maybe you would see this word when you're filling out a form or when you're casting for a commercial. They will just say height, and you have to tell them how tall you are. And the other one is heat, and that's anyway. We can learn a new vocabulary, another lesson. I'm going to prepare something for you guys. But how do you pronounce these words? This is height, like I. That's the vowel sound. Height. And this is heat. Okay? And heat. Oh, can you see that? Height. Heat. Heat rhymes with sheet. The one you put on the bed, not the one in the toilet. This is the one you put on the bed, sheet, and it rhymes with heat. It's the same vowel sound. These sound the same in this case. And height will rhyme with white. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it would rhyme with the ITE. Sorry, I'm a little bit messy. It's a curse. Height sounds like white. Heat sounds like sheet. This lesson is exciting. I know. I'm so excited too. All right. Llama bukannya hewan. I believe it is. All right. Oh, you guys are giving me like really good suggestions. I want to keep going, but I think this is going on a little tiny bit too long. So save it for next time. And I will leave this live stream up this time. I'm very worried how this will affect my YouTube channel, though. So I'm probably just going to do it this one time and see how it goes. And yeah, in the future, I will give you some warning, and hopefully I'll find a schedule where, like, okay, every day at this hour. And then if you show up, you show up. And if you don't show up, then you can't see it, because I'm not going to put it on to YouTube after I end the live stream. Ayo sa Satujuta subs. Amin. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you the best of luck. And if you have any suggestions or ideas on what you want to learn next, then you could tweet at me at Sasha. Is it at Sasha Stevenson? Yeah, at Sasha Stevenson. Just tweet at me, and I'll definitely get the tweet. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, I'm saying bye, and then, like, how do I end this? I don't know. End stream. Bye, guys.